Hi, everyone. Welcome to the stream. If this is your first time here, we are streaming live coding while we work on the DCSS AI wrapper. This is an API for Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, which is a roguelike video game. It's open source. It's a lot of fun. And I think it would be really cool to use it for AI research. So this is a project that I'm working on. And so tonight, actually, there's a big breakthrough. So the last stream that we had last week, we started to look into the problem of being able to have an agent that could reconnect in the middle of a game. And that ended up leading down a huge rabbit hole. So we had, as if you're new or if you don't know already, we are using WebSockets to send data to the game, and the way that we were parsing the WebSockets and handling our WebSocket connection was hacky at best. Actually, it had kind of been a big obstacle the whole time, and we just hadn't figured out a nice way of doing that. And up until now, I had been trying to use the WebSockets library in Python, which is based on coroutines. And it turns out all my problems are solved when I switched to using Autobahn, which is a callback way of doing handling sending and receiving data over WebSockets. So if you've ever had trouble with WebSockets, I highly recommend checking out Autobahn. And so with that, basically we'll go ahead and get started. Just some housekeeping things in the beginning. If this is your first time here, hit subscribe and like this video. That just helps other people find this. And I think like to get the word out there. I think more and more people hopefully will come across this and find this useful. And also just a reminder, this stream is very informal and casual. So if you want to just chat about AI stuff, or you have questions, or even if you want to follow along with the code as we work on it, please feel free. So I've pushed a new branch for the current state of the code that I'm working on right now. And let me go ahead, this link that you're seeing on the bottom right, follow along, that I need to update. That still has last week's link on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and edit that. If you go to the GitHub, you can see that a new branch was just pushed. But basically, it's going to be, this is the new, here we go. Okay. So yeah, and those aren't spaces. Those are, underscores. Okay, you can see the underscores. Cool, awesome, welcome. Feel free to type in the chat, and there's a little delay, so if I don't respond immediately, just be a little patient there. And let's get coding. So, and if you've never seen Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, it's a really cool game. And you'll see, hopefully, we'll get to a point where we can see the agent playing soon. So, usually I like to start off right away showing the agent like running. Because we're in the middle of working on this networking code, it's just going to be some coding here in the beginning. So if you just want to bear with me. But here in a little bit, I think we're going to make a lot of progress. I've actually been waiting all week to work on this. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so basically, what's the big breakthrough here? So I have this game connection 4. We'll obviously be refactoring this because that's a bad file name. As you can tell, last weekend I actually outside of the stream I just I was reading everything there is to know about WebSockets. I actually, believe it or not, I downloaded Wireshark. And I captured all the packets going to the web server, and I was inspecting them because I was sure that some packets were being dropped. Because whenever we could always start a game from scratch, but whenever we tried to start a game that had already been running, it's like some data just wasn't getting through. And so I knew that the data had to be there, just like when we started Game Fresh, that we were getting the data. And so I thought it had something to do with the way we are handling our WebSockets library. And so we switched libraries. It's working much better now. But it's been, I'm not, I don't consider myself an expert on network programming. So downloading Wireshark was a little bit of an adventure. Yeah, and I was like inspecting the packets and seeing all the stuff, which is fun. If you ever want to do that sometime, you can do it. That way, sometimes you have to, if you're debugging, you have to just go down to the most basic elements and the complete elements, and you got to figure it out. And sometimes it's just a process of elimination. So yeah, cool. I see we have I think like 2 people watching, which is pretty cool. So yeah, if you're just joining, feel free to ask questions and chat. It's pretty informal. Okay, so what are we doing? So what I like to do is I keep track of what we're working on, an agenda for every stream. And so last week here, and this is in the GitHub if you want to check it out. So last week, I'm actually just gonna, what did I do before? Yeah, so this is what our agenda was last week, which was February 25th. And so tonight, let's go ahead and go over the agenda we're gonna be doing here. And then if, I'm still kind of new to streaming, so if there's any audio or visual stuff going on, like if you have trouble reading the text, let me know. I want you to be able to see the source code and other things. So yeah, so tonight is March 3rd. And honestly, the biggest thing is we are going to finish refactoring the WebSocket connection code. And then 2, we're going to develop an agent that can connect in the middle of a game. And then we want to test that. So if we accomplish those two things, that's going to be huge. This has actually been kind of a big blocker. So yeah, welcome. I think someone new just joined. Please, feel free to do it in the chat. This is very informal. We're just going over the agenda right now. Oh yeah, thank you, Jason. It's as large as the window with the code. Wow, really? Okay, it shouldn't be that big. Is my face in the bottom right window? The window that shows your face is as large as the window with the code. Yeah, so I've made that a little smaller. And okay, is it good now? It's about 1/8 the size. No. Okay. So my face is too big. Yeah, so let me show you what I'm seeing. I appreciate you helping me debug this, actually. So this is what I'm seeing. Ooh, can't paste an image. Let me just do an Imgur link real quick. Just to share an image. So yeah, just bear with us here as we just figure this out. Okay. So this is what I see, and it looks like my face is small in the bottom right corner. So let me know if that's different. Once we get this worked out, we'll move on to some other stuff. But it's important, quality is important. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for Jason to get back to me on that, and in the meantime, I might make the text a little bigger in my PyCharm editor because it does look a little small from my point of view. So appearance and behavior. Let's go ahead and make it 18. Okay, so that's not the editor code, but that's this code on the left, which is also useful. So let's, how does it look? Okay, I think that's a little bit better. And then the text is not readable. Okay, thank you. Let's fix that. Just bear with me here for a second. You'd think someone with a computer science background should be better at computers. Okay. Editor. Font. Got it. Size. Let's make it 18. Is that better? And there is a little delay in, I think, between what I say and what when it gets back to you. So let's see if. All right, welcome. I think someone else new joined. We're just kind of figuring out some quality things here, making sure the text is readable and everything else. So it's still split. Okay. The resolution is low. Okay. You know what? Let me change this. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. Yeah, I'm still getting used to YouTube and stream settings. Oh, I'm on low latency. You know what? Guys, give me 1 sec. I'm going to reconnect and I'll change the latency. There'll be a little bit more delay, but I think the resolution should be better for you. So I'll be right back. I have to end the stream and restart it to do this. So.